I feel really great. I feel exceptionally blessed. I'm so thankful, first and foremost, to be working with two great doctors. Really, honestly, though. And then additionally, just so, again, there's no other word for me but blessed. I've had no major complications, no real problems with healing or anything.
Look at that.
Yeah.
While beauty standards differ between cultures and alter over time, one common goal remains: to lose excess weight. However, some people venture into rugged terrain in their pursuit of a slim figure. Excessive weight loss can be detrimental to one's health and well-being. From the guy who went on a designer diet to the woman who had a reality show based on her 600-pound life, these are the 20 people who went to great lengths to lose weight and succeeded. Number 20. Khaled bin Mohsen, Al-Shari. Khaled bin Mohsen. Al-Shari weighed more than 1,000 pounds at 17, making him the world's heaviest teenager. Determined to restore his health and life, he embarked on a transformational path. Khaled lost an incredible 700 pounds thanks to strict hospital workout programs, breaking the global record. His unique development was not limited to weight loss. It also significantly improved his physical abilities. Khaled, who had previously relied on special equipment and even helicopter transport for medical treatment, reached a crucial milestone when he could finally walk with the aid of a frame. This once impossible achievement demonstrated his resilience and determination. Despite years of stringent eating and workout regimes, Khaled persevered as he regained control of his health and life. He was bedridden for 3 years before his therapy, but now he is making steady progress towards his weight loss goals. His metamorphosis is incredible, leaving him practically unrecognizable from his previous self. Number 19. John Allaire. At his heaviest, John Allaire struggled with a significant weight gain that even medical scales couldn't fit him, prompting an unusual weigh-in at the local fish market. Weighing in at 540 pounds, John didn't just have physical issues, but also mounting concerns about his future. Despite his joy in planning a life with his high school sweetheart, the looming possibility of his weight holding them back cast a pall over their plans. Determined to take control of his life, John began a transforming journey, saying goodbye to comfort food and sedentary behavior. Surprisingly, he lost over 300 pounds in just 15 months, a significant accomplishment that heralded a new chapter in his life. However, the dramatic weight loss presented unforeseen complications in the form of extra skin, demonstrating his body's miraculous metamorphosis. With 16 to 20 pounds of loose skin clinging to his frame, John faced another challenge in his path to a healthy lifestyle. The only answer was to undergo pricey surgical treatments, which cost a whopping $40,000. Fortunately, John's story drew the attention of a television show, The Doctors, which allowed him to have the necessary surgery for free. Today, John revels in the increased freedom that his more petite frame provides him, but he is humbled by the odd reminder of his earlier hardships. Simple actions like leaning down to tie his shoelaces are potent reminders of his tremendous journey. Number 18. Zach and Cassidy. Zach and Cassidy, a young couple in their late teens, encountered weight-related issues a few years ago. While their weight hadn't substantially impacted most elements of their lives, they recognized the need for lifestyle modifications. They weighed nearly 1,000 pounds together, motivating them to begin a path toward healthy living. Zach sustained a back injury while transporting an air conditioner they had purchased online, which proved to be a turning point. The event put him in the hospital, where medical testing was complicated due to his size. This served as a wake-up call for the couple, motivating them to act. Zach and Cassidy embarked on a weight loss journey together to regain control of their health. They relished meal preparation and exercise, discovering joy and fulfillment in the transformation process. Their perseverance paid off as they saw tangible results, losing nearly 500 pounds combined. Zach and Cassidy's united journey improved their health and strengthened their connection. Their new lifestyle drew them closer and opened doors to new experiences and possibilities. Number 17. Manuel Uribe. Manuel Uribe was a regular guy who faced an exceptional challenge: obesity, His path, which exemplifies resilience and the human spirit, is inspiring and moving. Imagine dealing with a startling 1,300 pounds on the scale, an unfathomable weight that became Uribe's reality. His struggle with weight began innocently enough in Texas, where he worked as a technician, repairing typewriters and calculators. However, his weight continually increased, peaking at 250 pounds during adolescence. Despite his best efforts, which included a variety of diets and medical procedures, the numbers continued to rise, eventually reaching a staggering 1,300 pounds. Uribe's life changed dramatically in January 2006, when his passionate plea on Mexican television drew international attention. People from many walks of life were moved by his story and rallied around him, offering support and assistance in pursuing a healthy lifestyle. Uribe went on a miraculous change path, accompanied by a team of dedicated doctors and nutritionists. By February 2008, he had lost an incredible 510 pounds, demonstrating his unwavering drive and the power of community support. His quest was documented in the compelling documentary, The World's Heaviest Man, which piqued the interest of the designer of the Zone diet. This diet, designed expressly for Uribe, emphasized high protein, low carbs, and frequent small meals, ultimately proving to be a winning combination. Number 16, Ashley Hill. Ashley Hill and her husband were devastated when they lost their newborn baby, born prematurely at only 4 months. Struggling to cope with their sadness, they turned to food, eventually gaining weight. As years passed, they became trapped in a cycle of poor health and sadness. Ashley and her husband sought a solution and turned to an extreme weight loss television show. Ashley began her extreme weight loss journey at 325 pounds and faced health difficulties. Her husband, Jason, entered the program at 400 pounds, dealing with his weight issues. The couple started on a transforming journey, guided by personal trainer and show presenter Chris Powell. By day 90, Ashley had reduced an impressive 83 pounds, while Jason had lost 53. Over the next 6 months, Ashley lost an additional 28 pounds, while Jason lost another 52. Ashley and Jason remained focused on their targets, motivated by the prospect of having extra skin removed if they reached their target weights. Their determination paid off as they exceeded expectations. Ashley lost more than half of her previous weight, an astounding 164 pounds. Jason's journey was similarly extraordinary, losing 170 pounds. Number 15, David Roden. David Roden demonstrates the power of personal transformation. Formerly troubled by excess weight and poor health, he began on a self-improvement path that led him to lose nearly 200 pounds and become a champion bodybuilder. David's trip, which began in Michigan, exemplifies the human spirit's perseverance and adaptability. David used to consume an astonishing 10,000 calories every day, which contributed to his weight troubles. At the age of 18, he weighed 400 pounds and suffered severe health issues such as prediabetes and high blood pressure. David, suffering from despair and unhappiness with his life, realized he needed to change. Over 3 years, David committed to a new way of life. He gave up his old habits and adopted a regimen of self-respect and discipline. Setting a target of losing 40 pounds every 200 days, David took a gradual approach to weight management, aiming for 2 pounds per week. By dividing his goal into digestible chunks, David avoided feeling overwhelmed and found clarity on his route to accomplishment. David accomplished great success thanks to pure effort and an adjustment in mentality. His achievement was mainly due to a fundamental shift in his perspective on health and wellness. Today, David is more than just a symbol of personal achievement. He inspires others. As a TikTok influencer and transformation coach, he shares his experiences and insights with a global audience, encouraging and guiding others to self-improvement. Number 14, Juan Pedro. Juan Pedro Franco was conferred with the unsettling title of the world's fattest man, a spurious record he held at 1,300 pounds in 2016. He had spent 7 years confined to his bed, unable to move or even use the restroom without assistance, and reliant on diapers for basic requirements. His health was deteriorating due to a variety of medical conditions, including type 2 diabetes, thyroid dysfunction, hypertension, and respiratory problems. Facing impending danger, Juan Pedro embarked on a massive adventure to restore his health. He was transported from his home in Mexico to a clinic almost 100 miles away, where he began a grueling treatment regimen. However, his obesity initially prevented him from having possibly life-saving gastric band surgery. Juan Pedro was undeterred and devoted to losing weight. Within a year, he overcame the odds by shedding over 300 pounds, opening the door for the gastric band surgery he so sorely required. By 2019, he had lost a third of his body weight, totaling 570 pounds. This substantial weight drop not only allowed him to have surgery, but also represented a watershed moment in his path. Juan Pedro felt a sense of liberation after being rid of his extra weight. For the first time in nearly a decade, he could walk alone without any support. Though he still struggled with excess skin, his weight loss enabled him to tackle the ailments that had previously afflicted him, giving him a newfound sense of vitality and freedom. Number 13. Matt Briggs. Matt Briggs' journey to health and well-being began in his teens when he resorted to food to cope with life's hardships. Matt, who was struggling to come to grips with his mother's multiple sclerosis and subsequent death, turned to emotional eating for comfort, unintentionally endangering his health. His reliance on eating for consolation eventually led to his weight reaching over 430 pounds, leaving him feeling self-conscious and resigned to his girth. However, a watershed moment occurred when Matt discovered a family image, which was a severe wake-up call. Standing beside his father, Matt realized he was double his father's size, prompting a profound realization that change was required. Matt embarked on a transformational journey, determined to reclaim control over his health and life. He bravely joined a weight loss club, where he got support and direction to help him get started. In the first month alone, he lost 12 pounds, which increased his desire. Matt adopted physical activity as a pillar of his lifestyle and began walking frequently, incorporating fitness into his everyday routine. Over 18 months, his steadfast effort paid off as he lost an incredible 250 pounds, eventually down to 230 pounds. Matt is now passionate about sharing his experience to inspire and assist others on their wellness paths, now that his weight and health have greatly improved. He understands the transforming potential of his experiences and strives to inspire others to make positive choices that will allow them to live healthier, happier lives. Number 12. Bayar Bayarsaikan. It was a wake-up call when Bayar Bayarsaikan was confronted with the stark truth that his life could be cut short before his 50th birthday. At 31 years old and 500 pounds, his health had deteriorated to the point where even essential daily duties tired him. Mundane chores forced him to sit down owing to exhaustion, portraying a bleak image of his quality of life. The turning point came during a family trip to Disney World when Bayar discovered he needed a wheelchair to get around the park. It was a startling realization that his weight was not only limiting his mobility, but also endangering his life. Bayar was diagnosed with a host of health conditions, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, and he knew radical adjustments were required if he wanted to see a better future. With drive and resolve, Bayar set a path to restore his health and vigor. Recognizing his sugar addiction as a significant barrier, he made the difficult decision to cut out sugary drinks, cookies, and other sweet snacks from his diet. Despite the difficulties of withdrawal, he persisted, gradually retraining his attitude around eating and adopting portion control as a long-term approach to weight management. In addition to changing his nutrition, Bayar progressively added exercise to his routine, beginning with small steps and steadily increasing his physical activity over time. His renewed commitment to a healthier living paid off, as he gradually lost nearly half of his body weight, a remarkable accomplishment that demonstrates his determination and resilience. Mayra Rosales. Mayra Rosales' story demonstrates the transformative power of perseverance and redemption. Mayra, nicknamed the half-ton killer, found herself at the center of a terrible case accused of murdering her nephew by rolling over him with her 1,000-pound body. However, her journey takes a stunning turn when she clears her name and begins a significant weight loss metamorphosis. Myra, a Texas native, has endured an unbelievable journey after being cleared of the crime, losing an astonishing 800 pounds. Reflecting on her past, Myra recalls feeling like a prisoner in her own body, chained to her bed and barely surviving rather than fully living. However, her ambition to recover her life and honor her newfound independence drove her to change. The complexities of the murder case exposed a deeper story, as it became clear that Myra had taken the responsibility to protect her sister from prosecution. Despite facing enormous hurdles and confronting her mortality, Myra made the unselfish decision to protect her loved ones, even at the expense of her freedom. Following her dismissal, and with a renewed sense of purpose, Myra underwent weight loss surgery and adopted a healthier lifestyle. She went on a remarkable journey of self-improvement, losing hundreds of pounds and regaining control of her life thanks to surgical intervention and nutritional adjustments. Myra continues to push forward, motivated by her unrelenting determination and the desire for a better life, with plans to lose even more weight and embrace the future with newfound vigor. Number 10. Faye Marshall. When Faye Marshall was offered a seat on a train because others thought she was pregnant, it served as a wake-up call. Faye had been struggling with the embarrassment and lack of confidence caused by her weight since she was a teenager, and she knew it was time to make a change. Her grandma encouraged her to join Slimming World, a weight loss club, with a little nudge rather than pressure. Stepping on the scales for the first time at Slimming World, Faye realized she weighed 300 pounds, surprising her but driving her to change her life. Faye lost 6.2 pounds in her first week and steadily progressed each week as she maintained her weight loss journey. As the pounds slipped away, Faye felt a surge of energy, motivating her to integrate gym workouts into her routine. Aside from physical changes, the treatment gave Faye a new outlook on life, instilling the confidence that she could achieve anything she wanted. Skydiving, previously out of reach due to weight constraints, became a tangible ambition for Faye, representing her newfound independence and love for life. Number 9. Germaine Gauss. Germaine Gauss's path demonstrates the transformational power of determination and self-belief. Faced with severe obesity that threatened his life, Germaine knew he needed to take drastic measures to regain his health and vigor. At 640 pounds and 37 years old, he felt his weight would be his undoing, trapping him in a cycle of grief and shame that kept him apart from his loved ones. In 2016, Germaine bravely decided to share his tale on the television show The Doctors. Opening out about his concerns and challenges, he revealed the emotional and physical toll of his illness, realizing that time was running out. Despite being given surgery as a cure, Germaine chose a different path, deciding to transform his lifestyle through food and exercise. Germaine started on a grueling 12-month program of self-transformation, losing an amazing 300 pounds. His desire to change was strong, driven by a deep conviction that everything is achievable with hard effort and determination. His incredible growth astounded his mother and was a light of hope for countless others facing similar obstacles. As an honorary coach, Germaine continues encouraging others to take control of their health and well-being. Through his incredible journey, he demonstrates that transformation is possible for everyone willing to make the required changes. Germaine's message is clear. If he can turn his life around, so can you. Number 8. Jacqueline Aiden. Jacqueline Aiden's quest began with childhood recollections of attempting to ride a bike and being discouraged by a bad experience. As an adult battling with weight concerns, she had accepted that her bike was out of reach. She weighed 500 pounds at her heaviest, making ordinary activities difficult, and even simple joys like rides at Disneyland seemed impossible. However, a critical encounter at Disneyland served as a wake-up call, pushing Jacqueline to begin her weight loss journey. Over 4 years, she lost an astonishing 350 pounds, completely changing her life. After reaching a weight she felt comfortable with, Jacqueline pursued her childhood goal of riding a bicycle. Undeterred by previous losses, Jacqueline accepted the challenge determined to overcome her fear and prove that she could accomplish anything she set her mind to. With greater confidence and a sense of success, she restored her joy and independence, savoring the opportunity to feel the rush of riding a bike. Furthermore, Jacqueline's weight loss journey helped her overcome physical limits and rediscover the wonder of Disneyland, where she can now ride every ride without restrictions. Number 7. Ronnie Brewer. Ronnie Brewer's quest for health began with a clear warning from his doctor: modify your lifestyle or suffer the consequences. Determined to regain control of his health, Ronnie made the daring decision to change his habits and adopt a new, healthier way of life. At 675 pounds, Ronnie realized that his weight was jeopardizing his health and limiting his prospects of finding love. However, he embarked on a transformative adventure, inspired by determination and conviction. Ronnie gave up alcohol, gluttony, and other harmful habits in favor of a challenging schedule that included 3 hours of daily workouts and the ketogenic diet. Despite his initial reservations and anxieties, Ronnie's dedication to his health paid off in more ways than one. Mirroring the irony of fate, he discovered love in the most unlikely of places, the gym where he had determined to change his life. Ronnie met Andrea, his now wife, who was dealing with her weight issues. They went on a path of self-discovery and transformation, supporting one another through triumphs and setbacks. Ronnie's dedication to his health produced astounding results. He lost an incredible 500 pounds at the East Syracuse gym, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to change. Andrea, too, had her accomplishments, dropping 120 pounds along the road. Their love story and shared path to health have inspired many as a beacon of hope for those going through similar hardships. Ronnie and Andrea's unwavering perseverance and resilience demonstrate that with dedication and support, everything is achievable. Number 6. Patrick Dell. Patrick Dell's story gained national exposure in 2005 because of a TLC program, garnering him the nickname Half-Ton Man. Struggling with an abnormal weight, he faced a harsh reality. His bad habits were heading him down a dangerous path. At over 1,000 pounds, Patrick was confined to his bedroom for 7 months, his life hanging on the balance. Patrick, desperate for change, had gastric bypass surgery after breaking down walls to get into his room. The surgery was a watershed moment for him, allowing him to regain movement and begin his weight loss quest. Within a year, he lost 570 pounds. Despite continuous attempts, including losing another 200 pounds, difficulties remained. While Patrick regained some movement, his joints endured the burden of years of extreme pressure. Standing for extended periods was difficult, emphasizing his weight strain on his body. Despite reaching a low of 370 pounds after surgery, he experienced setbacks and eventually regained some weight. Patrick experienced health difficulties, such as diabetes and congestive heart failure, which were compounded by his inability to quit smoking. Despite his best attempts, he passed away from health issues in 2016 at the age of 54. Patrick's story serves as a sobering reminder of the catastrophic impacts of obesity and the difficulties of weight loss. Looking down at the scale, you see the number 653 glaring back at you. Jesse Shand, a member of the bodybuilding.com forum, faced this situation in 2013. By then, he'd given up on the concept of having a regular life, at least according to society's definition of normal. Jesse's highest documented weight was 653 pounds, but he certainly weighed much more than that. After 2 months of dropping weight, he finally found a scale large enough to weigh himself. "I spent my days playing video games and trolling the internet," remembers Jesse. "I was just all negativity, all of the time." The only thing more amazing than the amount of weight Jesse dropped is the method he used, with support from strangers on the bodybuilding.com forums. According to Jesse, his transformation began accidentally. Revealing the background of his weight loss journey, he confessed, "It started off as nothing more than an ill-fated attempt to get a rise out of bodybuilding types." Jesse created a thread called "Ask the Fattest Man on the Forum Anything," posted photos of his then obese body, and waited, fully expecting, almost inviting, a backlash. What happened instead set the wheels of change in motion. Jessie explained further, saying, "My plan backfired on me, and people started to try to convince me that it wasn't too late, that even at my weight, all was not lost." The members of the thread didn't accept my excuses and even offered advice on how it could be done. They walked me through it and provided me with a platform to get feedback and take baby steps, and the rest is history. Jessie made his transformation public, using the forums as a sort of digital diary. "I have a video log of every aspect of the transformation, from the first time I worked out to my first time in the gym and beyond," says Jessie. Number 5. Christina Phillips. Christina Phillips rose to notoriety after appearing on the television series My 600-Pound Life, which follows patients' weight loss journeys under Dr. Now's care. Christina began at nearly 700 pounds and embraced the support and direction provided on the show, resulting in a stunning turnaround. Christina met significant weight loss goals because of her persistence and strenuous effort. Qualifying for bariatric surgery was a watershed event in her journey, paving the path for future advances. She lost 500 pounds over time, eventually weighing 180 pounds. Despite her tremendous physical change, Christina struggled with mental health issues. Success on the show heightened her obsession with weight, resulting in acute anxiety and a practice of disordered eating. She also experienced challenges in her personal life, as her then-husband struggled to accept the changes in her body after previously enabling her unhealthy behaviors. Christina's marriage ended in divorce. However, she found love again and went on a path to a healthier relationship. Today, she lives a beautiful life with her boyfriend and 2 children, demonstrating resilience and tenacity in adversity. Number 4. Rosalie Bradford. Rosalie Bradford's story is one of extraordinary change and overcoming adversity. At her heaviest, she held the Guinness World Record for the world's heaviest woman, a title no one strives for. Her weight issues began after she gave birth when she suffered from compulsive eating and lack of appetite control. Despite attempts at weight management programs such as Weight Watchers, her weight continued to spiral out of control, resulting in significant health consequences. Rosalie had gained an incredible 1,200 pounds by January 1987 and felt despondent. However, a watershed moment occurred when she discovered Richard Simmons' diet program and exercise videos. Despite her initial difficulties, she committed to the program and lost 420 pounds throughout the first year. Rosalie was encouraged by her progress and sought additional support from a physiotherapist, who helped her lose even more weight. She eventually achieved a tremendous milestone, weighing 300 pounds, thanks to her tenacity and perseverance. Her astounding performance set a new global record for the most weight dropped by a woman, totaling 990 pounds. Despite her accomplishments, Rosalie's voyage was challenging. She fought depression and had many setbacks along the way. However, her unshakable determination and commitment to her health spurred her onward, resulting in her eventual achievement. Rosalie passed away tragically in 2006 at the age of 63. Her legacy, however, continues to serve as a source of motivation for numerous people battling weight concerns. Her tale demonstrates the power of persistence and determination in conquering insurmountable challenges. Number 3. Michael H. Branco. Michael H. Branco, once among the heaviest individuals globally, embarked on a remarkable journey of transformation supported by fitness guru Richard Simmons. Over 19 months, Michael shed an astounding amount of weight, dropping from 960 pounds to 200 pounds, and his waist size plummeted from 110 to 36 inches. This incredible achievement earned him the world record for the most weight loss in 1990. Following his dramatic weight loss, Michael advocated for healthy living, touring the United States to share his story, promote exercise, and advocate for nutritious eating habits. His inspiring journey was featured extensively in the media, with appearances on television shows hosted by Oprah Winfrey, Howard Stern, and Terry Wogan in the UK. He even served as the face of infomercials endorsing Richard Simmons' fitness methods. Despite his incredible transformation, Michael's life was tragically cut short in 2013 at the age of 60. His legacy lives on as a beacon of hope for individuals struggling with obesity reminding them that change is possible with dedication and perseverance. Michael empathized with those facing similar challenges by reflecting on his own struggles with weight. He acknowledged the difficulty of the journey, having experienced his ups and downs. However, he emphasized the importance of personal commitment and determination in achieving lasting change. Offering words of encouragement to others on similar paths, Michael urged individuals to seek proper medical guidance and cautioned against the pitfalls of social media's often unrealistic portrayal of weight loss. He encouraged individuals to take charge of their health and embark on their transformation journeys. Number 2. Laura Estelle. Laura Estelle's journey began with childhood recollections of being relentlessly bullied because of her weight. The torment continued her into adulthood, lowering her self-esteem. However, a watershed moment occurred when Laura came upon old-school photographs, forcing her to face the truth of her predicament. Laura, filled with terror and determination, vowed to lose the weight she had been carrying for years. The extra weight had not only harmed her physical health, but it had also made routine chores such as mounting stairs difficult. Laura embarked on a transforming journey to regain control of her body and life. Laura made considerable modifications to her diet and lifestyle. She joined a Slimming World group and committed to a healthier way of life. She lost an incredible 126 pounds because of her dedication and determination. Laura's weight loss had far-reaching consequences for her self-esteem and confidence. The metamorphosis was so great that acquaintances no longer recognized her, demonstrating the enormous changes she had endured. Number 1. Amber Rocky. Amber Rocky struggled to regain her health after weighing 650 pounds. Daily duties became difficult, including standing for more than half an hour. It was a watershed moment for Amber, pushing her to start on a revolutionary journey towards more excellent health. Amber had struggled with obesity since she was a child, and her relationship with her weight had been problematic. In 2015, she starred on the reality show, My 600-Pound Life, which marked the start of her weight loss struggle. The show acted as a motivator for transformation as she sought to qualify for life-saving gastric surgery by losing enough weight. Amber met the weight loss criteria for the surgery because of her commitment and perseverance, shedding nearly 400 pounds in total. This significant achievement improved her physical health and boosted her self-esteem and confidence. Despite her incredible recovery, Amber declined to participate in a follow-up season of My 600-Pound Life. Instead, she chose to share her ongoing journey on social media, encouraging others with her narrative of resilience and transformation. We hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.